sets us up well for the new world order.
Who cares?
There was a time about 100 years ago when the United States military knew exactly who the real enemy was. And it wasn't Russia, and it wasn't China. It was Britain.
Alright, welcome back, guys. If you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. We're about to get into this. New World Order, Greenland, Carney tensions, China, all that and more to come up. So please, if you're into it, please leave a like, share, and let's jump on in. Alright, welcome back.
There was a time about 100 years ago when the United States military knew exactly who the real enemy was. And it wasn't Russia, and it wasn't China. It was Britain. In the 1920s, the U.S. military developed something called War Plan Red, a detailed contingency plan for war with the British Empire, with Canada as Britain's proxy. And right now, Donald Trump is dusting off a modern version of that same plan. Now, if you're watching the mainstream media, they're telling you Trump is recklessly threatening our alliances with his demands about Greenland.
Just think about it this way. A couple of years ago, all of us realized that the reason for NATO was the growing tensions with China and Taiwan and the growing tensions with Russia and its imperialism. Now, we have gone ahead with our NATO allies and we've swapped out our American allies for China and approaching Russia? Are we going to also join Russia here soon too? We have joined with China on the sentiment that it's okay for them to take over Taiwan, essentially, in Canada. This is insane, and people want to say that Trump is a dictator and we're doing everything wrong, but actually, or that they're doing everything wrong, I would say, but actually he's on the last fronts to protect democracy, and these people are trying to erode it.
And Britain's premier foreign policy outlet, Chatham House, is now saying this about the United States. European leaders will remain concerned about Europe's ability to defend itself with a more unpredictable and even hostile U.S. And Chatham House also reported that in December, Denmark's military intelligence service classified the United States as a security risk for the first time. But here's what they're not telling you. Trump isn't threatening our alliances. He's ending 80 years of British control over American foreign policy.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's doing it by reviving the strategic clarity that our military once had when they created War Plan Red. I'm Susan Kokinda, and for 50 years I've tracked the British Empire's tactics and institutions. And I can tell you what you're watching right now is endgame. So if this is your...
on X, on YouTube, subscribe to her YouTube. Stay informed on reality. I'm not sure if this is her YouTube. It must be, right? But either way. So take a look at this. There's a lot to go into here, but I do want to cover my other topics here as well. Such as, okay, so personally, hold on. Alright, so wanted to get in on this. Since it's my perspective, I wanted to address it to the video. There's a lot of people who hedge their bets on YouTube and don't one way or the other and, you know, like, sit on the fence, play both sides. I'm not going to do that. I agree that Denmark, Greenland, Trump actually annexing it would be entirely fucked right up, and I'm not for it. I condemn it 100%. And Canada preventing that, I do think, is a good thing. However, I will say that, are we in a proper position to be able to, the world's first military, America, versus the 39th military in the world, Canada. Now, it on its own could not do this. I do believe that there are powers in combination that could. However, I also want to take a moment to address the fact that there are probably things going on outside of this that are more complicated than the public generally realizes. Or maybe they do, but they're, you know, they've already hedged their bets on their side, and maybe there are some of the ones financially gaining. It's really hard to say, but there's a lot of nuance and stuff going on to this topic that really a lot of people are not understanding. And so You know, when you turn your back on your biggest trading partner and you make all these statements, like, they've made more statements about America going to war with Greenland and Canada, annexing Canada, than Trump himself has. They've fear-mongered it like crazy. And the liberals' thing is they need the boogeyman. So they will do whatever it takes to make that boogeyman a real thing if they have to. I believe that Pierre could easily help us through the situation without anything being hostile. And they're dragging us to it. So that's just kind of my rant. That's my little rave about the liberal situation and what they're kind of doing. Now, there are opportunities for more context on this. If you guys want that, I will happily provide it. But that's kind of what I wanted to, get into for the moment. Thanks for listening. Alright, guys, so for the lefties that don't understand, that are saying we should absolutely go to war with America over this Greenland annexation, this Denmark annexation, and even the rhetoric for the Canadian annexation, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, you have to take into account everything. And a big part of everything is America is one of the leading nuclear superpowers. Now, you put that aside. They have the world's most advanced military in terms of both aviation and their navy. It's very, very advanced. Like, I mean, you're talking the first biggest, the world's most advanced military versus the 39th place, like, overall. It doesn't hold water to say, yeah, we're going to stand in between and we're going to be the thing that prevents America from. No, you're not. You're not going to prevent shit. In fact, you're going to get the axe or the hammer dropped upon us. And you think that, the small, insignificant a fifth of the provinces in Alberta and Quebec and Saskatchewan wanting to separate is going to end? I just seen recently Ontario starting to also talks about separating from Canada. I mean, what if every province wants to separate? What are we going to have left? There's going to be nothing left of Canada. There's going to be no country. Seriously, what is there? Where is it? Okay, so, that's the point. You can't carry this retardation with us forever. Eventually, we got to get past being libtarded. It's stupid. It's killing us. It's killing everything. It's killing the industry. It's killing the housing market. It's killing the agricultural market. Yeah, sure, there's the win from China for EVs. We're going to get our canola to them, whatever. Fuck off. Fuck off. You guys are fucking dumb. Alright, here we are. So, Pierre has come out denouncing the U.S. threats towards Greenland as well. Of course, we knew he would because he is common sense, and I'm pretty sure he had announced this right along coinciding with Mark Carney, but I can't remember specifically or for certain. But anyways, I want to touch on this. Greenland is a part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and we support its territorial integrity, said Pierre Poilievre. In an online statement, conservative leader Pierre Poilievre denounced the U.S. push to seize Greenland and has reiterated conservative support for NATO. It is unacceptable for the U.S. to seize territory of a sovereign country, including by threatening tariffs on other NATO countries. Greenland is a part of the Denmark Kingdom, the Kingdom of Denmark. God. And we support its territorial integrity. Conservatives support NATO and Canada's obligations as a NATO member. Canada should strengthen the NATO alliance, and rebuild our own forces in the Arctic to combat threats also coming from China and Russia, to protect our seas, skies, and soil. It is unacceptable for the U.S. to seize territory of sovereign country, including by threatening tariffs on other NATO nations. Greenland is a part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and we support its territorial integrity. Conservative support NATO and Canada's obligations. Show more. I'm not going to click on and go into that. But there's this. I wanted to continue off into. This is a very left-wing biased accounts, in case you are unaware.
The future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we...
Yeah, see, that's completely fair. I get it. Now, just saying, almost nothing this person do I align with. There are a few things that I have, like, she has made some things that are totally not to do with politics that I have agreed with on her X. Yeah, so, there's that. If you guys want to be a part of the different little nuanced things that I post and stuff like that, they are on my channel, so please leave a like and subscribe. Please retweet the comments and share it out to people. Come and check it out. We will be engaging with the left on our
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get